If you ask me the question why cancer is difficult to cure, we need to understand cancer from a holistic perspective. The whole world is treating cancer without understanding how cancer develops. So, a human phenomena or living phenomena should be understood holistically, not just the physical plane alone. The physical body is alive only when the dynamic components like a mind and vital force are associated with the physical body. So that is the whole essence and nutshell of the living organism. Physical body is only one component of that. Unfortunately, today the medical science conduct researches only in the physical body. The dynamic components are scientifically totally neglected and totally ignored. So the complete understanding of how a living organism functions is never understood or scientifically explained. So how cancer develops is not at all understood. The whole world treats cancer without understanding this fundamental question. So that is where dynamic scientific approach, which is based on dynamic science, makes a huge difference. Dynamic science scientifically explain how the mind, vital force and DNA that regulate the physical functioning, including the multiplication of cells. So dynamic science guided DSA methodology helps us understand the cancer development process. That also help us understand the possible causes that make the arrangement in the DNA that lead to the abnormal multiplication of cells, by which the causes of cancer from all possible dimensions can be completely understood. And that makes homeopathic medicine based DSA treatment a completely new breakthrough in medicine and treatment. And the important components of dynamic scientific approach or DSA methodology is the group genetic counseling session, homeopathy treatment, and yoga medication. So the homeopathic medicine is the most modern medicine where the homeopathy, potentized homeopathic medicines are capable of going beyond the physical plane to reach out the dynamic components of our existence to initiate a cure from the dynamic plane that actually control our physical functional activities. So that makes a huge difference. And if there is a big tumor exists, that will be subjected to judicious application of surgery so that the apoptosis or the destruction of the tumor by the self-healing ability of our own system through ulceration, etc., can be easily shortcutted. So when we remove the tumor surgically, the self-healing process of destruction of tumor by our own system through ulceration, apoptosis lead to ulceration and evacuation of the malignant cells from the body is shortcutted. Then we correct the root causes, especially in the mental emotional plane through our group genetic counseling session by explaining the process of cancer development, and then the homeopathic medicines which assist us in rectifying the damages happen to our vital force by the superposition of the thought vibrations. Through the wrong thoughts we are allowed to develop and maintain in our mental emotional plane. So it is a holistic treatment. Dynamic scientific approach is a holistic treatment which give a complete solution, which enable us to understand the every process of cancer development, the process the patient travel from a healthy person to a patient where he's developed the disease called cancer. So when the patient realizes that the path he or she traveled to arrive at a abnormal, unhealthy, cancerous condition he himself can correct by traveling back to the normal healthy position by understanding the path he took to travel to the abnormal position. So it is one of the most important new generation techniques, not only to treat cancer but also to treat all other genetically abnormal conditions, autoimmune diseases, and so many other diseases. So its path is very important. That whole knowledge is very important. So an initial education is very important. So when we understand the whole process, cancer become a very simple disease, and its prevention, treatment, and even the nullification of the hereditary tendency among the families where the parents have the cancer disease becomes simple and easy. So those who are interested, please join us in our treatment process so that a complete cure and elimination of the hereditary tendencies and the prevention of cancer and other genetically associated diseases can be corrected. Thank you.